League of Legends Wild Rift Community Tournament brought to you by Rise.gg is back for the grand finals match between Emata Esports versus Kuya Doc. I am Kaisaya, with me is Guiang. Guiang, how are you doing tonight?
I am psyched. I am excited for the grand finals because both of the teams competing right now for the top one spot dominated during their semi-finals. We saw Emata Esports 2-0ing 10 Kittens and Kuya Doc as well 2-0ing Mantra
Right.
Esports, and both of them are actually jungle centric as well. We saw a lot of Lee Sins, we saw
Mm-hmm.
Hecker in place as well. This is going to be so important because intentions, or at least Emata Esports having intentions, are on blue side, and they are gonna be very excited to first pick this Lee Sin if ever.
Right. The teams are actually all prepared right now, and make sure you share our live stream currently on TikTok. So either way, of course, I want to give you shout outs to our sponsor for the meantime. Rise.gg is an upcoming, still, new, very new platform dedicated for esports players. So if you want to get connected with other players across the globe, just head on to rise.gg. Rise.gg. There's no .com. Sorry. And they're also looking for ambassadors. So sign up if you are interested to become one. And just so you know, Giam, by the way, one of the future potentially featured ambassadors. Good luck, good luck. I wish you the best. These two teams, they already have a prize pool share. So it's
Ooh.
now a question of who is gonna get the bigger share of the 10,000 prize pool. Is it gonna be Amata or Kuya Doc?
Oh, that's going to be so exciting. I mean, 10,000 prize pool, that is a lot already, to be honest. In my opinion, just in my opinion.
For
I
a
do
community
know that they do
tournament.
deserve more in the near future, but this is a great start to begin with as well, especially that it's still just February. It's just the start of the year. Both of these
Yes.
teams are grinding up, looking forward to having a lot of games, a lot of names of tournaments that they've joined for the entirety of the 2024. And right now we see no bans on the Lee Sin. Sona though is gonna be respected. I wonder if they're gonna be taking away the Severe as well, or focusing on the Ezreal.
We don't know as of yet, but I'm liking the idea of now that the Sona is actually getting respected in some bands as well. We've seen some plays on the Lucian, Hecarim as well, so I think it's just well respected. Or like a wise idea that's actually getting a ban. You know, we've seen how Kuya Doc actually managed to, execute those duo trio combination as well from last night. So I think that's a good play coming from Emata Esports in this drafting.
I wonder if Camille is gonna be taken here first pick for Emata Esports, or are they gonna be willing to give this away to Kuya Doc, a chance to get those Trinity combinations like the Camille Galio,
Mm-hmm,
possibly
mm-hmm.
something like an Aatrox as well that is being hovered right now. This is going to possibly be on the Baron lane to match against the Renekton. The matchup dictates that Renekton, despite its very aggressive nature, will have a bit of a hard time bullying the Aatrox simply because of the massive amount of sustain that it has on its kit.
Aatrox still a secure in here on the side of Kuya Doc. They're pretty confident about having this champion on their side still, despite, there's no Sona anymore, there's no Hecarim as well. But so far, so good, because on the Baron side, I think now Kuya Doc, they just have to think about, like, okay, who are we gonna be matching up against the Renekton? Camille's still open, which you have mentioned as well, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, it's a Jace as well coming into play once more, similar to yesterday. I was a little bit nervous on this when I saw it, but it's also a great denial of the combination with the Ezreal for the double poke. That's why we see a
Mm-hmm.
hover right now on the Ezreal, possibly something like a Gragas as well for the isolation later on. But I think it's going to be very important for them to have that immense suppression to cancel out the Aatrox. That's why this Nautilus pick is actually quite impressive.
I love it. I love the Nautilus pick in here. So there's gonna be so much space for Ezreal to actually deal those poke here and there, even in the early stages of the game. So I think now what Kuya Doc has to, come up with a plan with is, okay, who's
Ooh.
gonna be their pick for the Dragon lane to match up the poke and the setups that potentially Nautilus as well as Ezreal can do on their lane.
I wonder if the Siona is gonna be in the mid lane or in the jungle, because in the jungle it has been nerfed already quite a lot. That's why Yone oftentimes gets a bit of a hard time clearing up the waves and also just being able to get his resource taken as fast as he wants. However, we do still see it in the later parts of the international tournaments. It does have a lot of potential still, despite the nerfs. Akali being taken away makes a lot of sense because most of the members here on the side of
Mm-hmm.
Kuya so far in the first three picks are actually quite squishy. The only
Uh-huh.
sustainable champion they have is the Aatrox, but still, Akali leaves a big dent when it's going towards the late game.
Do not forget about the Z that was picked last night. So, and it was a good
Mm-hmm.
play as well. Still open, but that's something Emata Esports anyway did not play from last night. But we'll see about that. I wonder if we'll see another ASOL pick in here. What do you think about
Probably not.
ASOL? Probably not. What
Yeah,
could be the best mid
it's too
pick or
risky.
too risky right
Um,
now, huh?
I mean, this Jace can still go towards mid lane if ever the Yone goes towards the jungle, or either
Mm-hmm.
way, Yone goes into the mid lane. It will be a little bit hard. They have to wait for what champion Emata Esports are going to be picking in their last two picks. Senna is a good option because it provides the sustain. So possible Nasus last pick on Kuya once again, similar to yesterday, and that will give them so much frontline power, especially to amplify this Aatrox comp.
Right. We want to see how they're gonna do it. Having no Sona as well as Hecarim already on their lineup. So, oh wow! If they're gonna be locking this
Oh,
Leona in, there's just too much sustain. I would say on the side of
absolutely.
Emata.
Yeah,
Too much
and
for
burst
all of
damage
you
as well.
locked in.
Yeah,
Oh
Nautilus
my
goes into
goodness.
the jungle instead here, which is very, very popular in the international competitive play as well. It's a great matchup, or at least a great counter towards the Aatrox and the Yone as well. So they hit two birds in one
Oh,
stone. Leona adds in more suppression and more peel towards the Kaisa, in which double ADC will have a good
yes.
time this time.
Wow, this is like a really nice late game as well for Emata Esports. I mean, so for the early stages of the game, but the pokes gonna hurt a lot, are gonna be a problem side of Kuya but I think the Nasus will the Nasus and Senna combination to protect the to give sustain and protection for the Kuya lineup will be already okay. What do you think about the lineup so far?
I mean, the only thing that they have to worry about is the initial burst coming in from Emata Esports, and then they will have an easier time going towards the backside of Emata Esports. Particularly going towards the Nautilus, I think this Nautilus is going to be having the biggest impact, or at least the biggest responsibility. Secondary would be the Ezreal, of course, as he skates up towards the late game. But for Kuya this is going to be a great lineup, to be honest. So much sustain, so much late game scaling. Early game might be a problem for them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
let's see if they will be able to withstand Imata Esports.
Yeah, gonna be very interesting. It's all about the execution. We have some biases towards each one of their draft in here, but I want to see the game, how they're gonna pull it off. But meantime, again, everyone, Rise.gg, that's our sponsor for tonight. There will be more tournaments coming from them in the future, so make sure you follow their socials. Follow me and Guiang socials as well, as there will be more league actions or some other Riot game action or tournaments going to be happening in the future. So, yeah, thoughts
I
about this
love the
evening?
composition of both sides. I am kind of rooting for the lineup of Kuya simply because it's really, really top notch. It's very popular in the international stage. It has a lot
Mm-hmm.
of win conditions, especially towards the late game. It has a big chance of withstanding the burst or end the early game pressure of Emata Esports. So again, I want to be proven wrong. I want to see Emata Esports strive and beat the odds here because it's so hard to actually defeat this lineup of Kuya.
Yes, and it also makes us wonder. We know Yamada is in the team of Emata Esports. I wonder if he's actually coaching for them because we don't see him playing right now. There's no Yamada IGN that we're seeing currently in the game. But yeah, so far so good. Will there be an invade? Seems like Kuya is planning an invade on against no. Everyone's gonna be chill and calm at this moment in time.
Yeah, especially because double ADC. I think Engpax will have to step it up a notch because the Jace oftentimes falls off towards the late game, and the biggest responsibility he will have will be bullying the Ezreal as much as possible and paving a way for the others to be influenced as well along the way. Since it takes so much resources for the Yone, for the Aatrox, and even the Senna to be able to impact a lot into the fights. And early
Ooh,
game, we saw first blood already happening into the mid lane as Carlso was also just there to help
yeah.
out.
Yeah, that is so true, and well, then quite unfortunate for the Ezreal on the on the middle lane, getting that first blood. But anyway, that's just a start. There's not much difference in terms of gold. I think that's a wonderful, kind of aggressive play that Kuya have shown a while ago. But we'll see about that because Emata from last night, we've seen them pulling off really good plays as well.
Oh yeah, the beauty about this Sen and Nasus combination though is that they're so independent, but they're so good as
There's a
well when they're
rotation.
in tandem because they have so much sustain. There's the heal from the Senna, there's the lifesteal from the Nasus. They have a slow, they have a snare, they have shield as well when they have their ultimate with the Dawning Shadow of Karsu later on. And Nasus when he gets his ult is going to be so difficult to actually take down. That's why the frontline power of Kuya is going to be massive later on, in which it's going to give a lot of problems for Emata Esports, especially if they don't have enough consistent DPS.
Right, right.
Engage.
That's for sure. But a clash on going on the bot side.
Intentions looking for a way to follow up. However, this is the thing. 2 versus 3. Look at how much damage they were able to resist. And now here comes the follow-up as well from No Excuses. And Impact as well. Red Sign will be cancelled. But it's still unbound. And Kuya resisting that gank.
Gotta love the rotation though. Oh, even though they didn't manage to get some kills from that bot side part of the map, Kuya I mean, being reactive on how things are going on in the map, I think I'm loving it. What more if we see, the Ocean Dragon later on, if put into the hands of Kuya but we'll see about that. It's gonna be pretty calm still though, and I think on the top side part of the map, Kai Dreams and Kai Dreams in there as well as Sonder, rather Black Reaper is pretty so-so at the moment. No one is able to rotate on the other side of the map yet, but we'll see in the first objective.
Yeah, first objective is going to be so important, especially that it's an Infernal Dragon. Emata Esports are going to be eyeing on that for sure. However, it's going to be a conflict as well because given that you're Emata Esports and you want to scale up faster than Kuya because again, the sustain is going to be very difficult later on. So you would want to bank in on those additional gold that the Rift Herald can actually give you, provided that you're going to be able to unlock a tower. That's a lot, almost like 2,000 gold that you can have over your opponent. Top lane as well, it has been very stable for Black Reaper. No pressure
Yeah.
whatsoever has been felt just yet, despite the Renekton matchup, and this is going to be a little bit troubling for Kai Dreams.
Right, right. But there was another attempt actually from the side of Kuya Katsu as well as Thunder, the bot side part of the map, to just sandwich the Leona as well as Kaisa on the bot part of the map. But I think they need to, bring more manpower to actually create a successful gank. But then again, this is a Leona. I mean, there's so much CC as well as protection and tankiness that can be, given for the Kaisa to be in a safe place. But I think this is a tough early game, Guiang. Although we
Yeah.
saw a first blood, but I think both of the teams are having a hard time pulling off a successful gank.
They're just focusing on the farms, which is going to be a little bit alarming here for Emata Esports, to be honest. Because if we look at the goal difference here between No Excuses and Intentions, it's not too much, to be honest. Just 200 ahead of this Yone. As now another gank comes through here from Kuya
Yeah.
unable to get that kill from the Renekton. Kai Dreams will be able to survive with about 300 HP. They will be flashing in. This is going to be a little, scary, to be honest. Kuya withstanding it though, will be fine, and Emata Esports will disengage.
I'm gonna call it like really we have to wait for the first objective. I mean, it doesn't matter if we're seeing some slight difference in terms of the goal that No Excuses as well as Intentions have here as a jungler, but it's gonna be risky. They're starting off the Rift Herald on this. Oh, here we go with the clash.
There you go, 3,000 left on the Rift Herald. There is another engage. Dawning Shadow is going to provide a lot of shield, and this time, Emata Esports, they might have gotten the objective, but they have to flee, they have to survive, but they won't. One member fell down already. Kai Deems able to survive.
No.
At least they were able to take the Nasus down as a trade.
Yeah.
Kuya left now with the only option to go to the Infernal Dragon.
And that is Supremo sa FB. It's funny how I have to say sa FB as well. It's Supremo getting the kill, and that's a Kaisa. And you give Kaisa kills, and that's gonna be something scary in the late game. Anyway, they still have the Rift Herald. They can manage to push, but Kuya Doc in here looks like this is gonna be free contest of the Inferno Dragon.
Absolutely free for Kuya Doc staking. And this is going to be a bit of their consolation prize. It's great movement that we're seeing actually here on the side of Emata Esports. We see the push in top side, we see the push in mid lane, we see the push in the bottom lane. They haven't spawned the Heraldus yet because they're waiting for a plate to be taken down first. But just brewing on the bottom side, which is going to be troubling here for Emata Esports. They lost the Nautilus already. As the chase comes through, they need to be very careful. I think they're going to be able to be fine. They just lost their jungler. No additional objectives are going to be taken here by Kuya Doc. That kill is going to give them so much resources. Look at the score already of Carlsu. As a Senna, this is actually massive.
Indeed massive, especially a late game. So much sustain, so much setups that they can pull up. But we'll see about that. I would still call that, even though, you know, we have seen... I think I'm gonna side on like whoever will get the map control first. Right now it's pretty equal still, as I would see it, as I would call it. Lots of things can still happen, but they haven't put down... I was just about to talk about the Rift Herald. They haven't put down the Rift Herald, but this is gonna be some plate takes in here. Unfortunately, it will not go down, but...
Fate Seal, Dawning Shadow!
No!
They have gotten the turret, but at what cost? Kaisa already has been taken down, Supremo is down. And Kuya Doc are going to be happy with the trade. Solar Flare a little bit late. And won't spot out NPAX. But there's another engage by Kaidreams. The burst is going to be real! Soul Unbound back into the base instead. As Crayford is just there to follow up as well.
Really nice play. I mean, this is a turret, mid turret down on the side of Kuya Doc. So much space and vision now on the hands of Emata Esports. Now, I would say Kai Dreams will have a way to actually rotate freely more, as well as the mid laner from the side of Emata Esports now that they've taken down the mid turret. So now, question, what can Kuya Doc... And as you can see, now the gold has turned around. It's now in the hands of Emata Esports.
Yeah, Emata Esports doing a really good job, to be honest, in recovering a bit of those mishaps that happened in the early game. Tower pushes as well is going to be so important here. The winning condition here of Emata Esports is to prevent Kuya Doc from getting the turret so that they would continue to reign on the gold difference and would be helping them at least in the items as well, preventing the power spikes of the scaling here of Kuya Doc. Right now, they're trying to bully into the top side so that they would be able to get a bit of those damage towards the turrets. However, it's not successful. Bottom side as well has been pushed a bit by a member of Emata Esports. Right now, they turn onto the Yone and immediately just blows him up. Kaidreams as well, 2 versus 1 is not going to be scared at all. The tower diving is not going to be a problem despite the sustain. But Black Reaper trying to survive still will not be able to. As 3 kills comes through for Emata Esports, chasing the Jace down. One more auto attack should do the trick, and that's a triple kill for Supremo.
Wow, now the Kaisa is very online. Got so much kills from the tower dive from the side of Emata. They didn't care about the turret damage at all. You know, there's lots of sustain and support coming from the tanks on the side of Emata Esports, and I think that was such an amazing play. Now they got control on the top side as well as the mid side part of the map. This is going to be quite a breeze for Emata Esports unless they make a mistake.
I mean, mistakes shouldn't be made here by Emata Esports. We know how good at punishing Kuya Doc is. And they have so much counterplay on their kit right now. So many ways to actually bounce back here into this game. We see a cheeky dive happening into the bottom lane as Jace actually was taken down. A little bit unfortunate there for NPAX as another engage comes through from Kaidreams, able to survive for so long as the depth charge comes through as well. Here comes the follow-up from the rest of the squad here of Emata Esports, just raining down onto the members of Kuya Doc, unable to survive in time there for Black Reaper. He couldn't sustain himself that much, and the biggest factor again that we talked about during the drafting phase is the burst from the Nautilus. AP definitely works here.
Yeah, that's so true, and I'm gonna call it off also from the damage pokes coming from the Ezreal as well as Kaisa now online. That's gonna hurt a lot from members of Kuya Doc. I mean, you mentioned already, they're quite squishy in their composition. The only source of sustain that they're going to be relying on to is Sonder on the Nasus as well as Karsu and some support. But that won't be enough. I mean, there's just way too much damage right now from Emata Esports.
Tower finally gonna be taken down here. The first tower by Kuya Doc as a bit of an overextension, to be honest, by the Ezreal. He tried to defend the tower, but at the cost of his life, and wasn't even able to defend the tower as well. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Was a little bit cheeky, but an invade is coming through here by intentions. Maybe they can actually spot them out. Spotted, no excuses. Crayforce gonna be there. Just looking, waiting, betting some time, looking for an opening. Is gonna go in with a Zenith Blade. Here comes Supreme as well, just following up, waiting for intentions to get the burst done onto Black Reaper. The time is gonna be perfect though for the Fate Seal, but it's still not gonna be enough. Still it's gonna be taken down. Intention as well, just suppressing the members here of Kuya Doc Gaming for days. But Senna's gonna be able to help out, getting at least a 1-for-1. So now just walk away. 2-for-1 rather, as Kuya Doc wins in that fight.
And that is a shutdown for Supremo, okay? And while that thing was happening on the top side part of the map, we saw Kai Dreams actually going for a push. Now the second turret on the bottom part of the map is gone. And, you know, some of the members of Kuya Doc now just forced to actually clear off the lane so they don't have a problem later on maybe securing or trying to stop Emata Esports from getting the Baron. We'll see about that, but for the meantime,
ooh, a bit of an overextension, but Npax does have Black Reaper this time to help him out. Trying to chase down, doesn't have the slow this time. Will just be able to disengage there for Kai Dreams. Meanwhile, Baron, a little bit overambitious there by the Ezreal. Doesn't have anyone to actually help him out, but he might need to help out on this fight right now, as Sonder is actually able to survive for so long there. Especially because of his ult, able to sustain himself and be sustained as well by the Senna. Trucian Barrage though will chip him a bit. Kuya Doc is waiting again, just they want to scale up, they want to survive this nightmare right now that they're experiencing. 5,000 gold deficit on their side. But by the time we reach around 18 minutes, that's the time that they can actually strike.
True. Kuya Doc in here, I think is so far doing a good job on trying to gain a map control despite losing a lot of towers already. And our Ezreal trying to poke the dragon, or rather the Baron in there. I think that was some sort of miscommunication on, okay, what do we do? Do we start this, or we try to just show the members of Emata Esports? But so far, I think Kuya Doc's not allowing Emata to actually go for the Baron is a nice play. But this time, is there now a decision made by Emata Esports?
Oh man, Baron gonna be started already. Let's see if Emata Esports, if this is going to be worth it. Solar Flare not gonna spot out anybody as Thunder still tanking so much. Dawning Shadow is gonna add a little bit of a shield as Black Reaper is trying to access the back line. It's gonna be deleted in an instant as the Temtakan is gonna be working here on the side of Emata Gaming. They're trying to resist, they're trying to now turn onto the members here of Kuya Doc. The sustain is no longer working, especially when they are divided. And Cars are looking for a way out. Still is trying to run away. He's not gonna be allowed to stay alive. Now, no excuses. Goes in with a stolen down, unable to get the kill, but the NASA is going to be able to help out, at least for a bit. A trade is going to be there with intentions. No excuses. Still alive. Still able to survive.
That was quite a messy clash that just happened in the Baron's side. No, the Baron's gift is okay. Okay, just go for it. Go in for the fight. But we saw, you mentioned it already, Guiang, they're so divided on that team fight. When Engpax as well thought that he's gonna survive, you know, our Ezreal managed to actually find him in the bushes. But at least that stopped Emata Esports on actually going for the Baron. So much sacrifices though, but the match is quite getting prolonged. We'll see about the late game later on. But you know what? Talking about late game, there's the advantage as well with having two ADCs on the side of Emata.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Ezreal starting to deal damage. The Kaisa as well, 7-3-3 on the scoreline here for Supremo. And they're really going to be looking for ways to give more resources, more gold towards him. Right now, they're denying Soul Point for Kuya Doc. The game comes through. Actually, Sonder taking too much damage already. Just trying to get vision here for the side of Kuya Doc. It's right on the burns. It's just better here for Emata Esports. Going to be working in Fate a little bit late, but catches 4 here at the side of Emata Esports. Trying to get something here into this fight, but they're just scrambling, just looking for a way to bounce back, but they're not being able to. As the triple kill comes through as well for the Ezreal. And Kuya Doc getting aced at 15 minutes and 30.
They just really didn't manage to have a space in there or even an attempt to steal the dragon from Emata Esports. Now it seems like there's a divided decision in here from Emata. Okay, do we push? Do we get the Baron? But they want to play safe. They want to go for the Baron and get that buff while the minions actually take some turret plays or even take the turret in the middle lane. There you go, a multitask for Emata Esports.
And no one's gonna be able to stop them this time. Kuya Doc, after getting aced, are gonna be needing to climb a higher mountain just to be able to bounce back from this game. A while ago it was just 5,000, Kaisaya. Right now it is 6 going 7,000 plus Baron empowered minions plus Kaiser with 3 items, Ezreal with 3 items.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare right now for Kuya Doc.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I'm on the side of Kuya Doc, I'm gonna be confused on what to do next. But their heart is still in here. Puso pa rin for Kuya Doc's side, even though I think we still haven't got the answer. Okay, are they really doctorate practitioners or something? We haven't gotten the answer yet. So, to the fans and supporters of Kuya Doc, let us know in the live chat if they are actually practicing medicine in here or something. So, yeah, this is it. Emata Esports full control everywhere right now, Guiang.
Interesting part of this as well is that we see a lot of anti-heals on the side of Kuya Doc as well. The solar flare is gonna be big! And the Yawn is gonna be dead immediately here. That charge knocking up 2 as well as Jace tries to do something here into this fight, but they have to disengage. But everyone is just being prevented here from disengaging. Emata Esports getting backline access. Impact as well, getting the triple or being the triple kill casualty here by Supremo right now. They're trying to be here onto the wall, just trying to survive. Gets a kill as well onto the Nasus as well. This game should be done after the second ace of this game. And Emata Esports greeting Kuya Doc with a good evening.
Well, good evening, Kuya Doc. And Emata Esports get the first win. Then again, this is a best of 3 match to the fans of Kuya Doc. Don't you lose hope. And to Kuya Doc themselves, I'm pretty sure they learned a thing or two from the execution of Emata Esports. So were you proven wrong from your bets a while ago, Kia?
I mean, the problem that we did discuss on both sides is that late game is gonna be very difficult here for Emata Esports, given that Black Reaper and the Weak Seasons are gonna be given the resources. However, that did not happen, to be honest. After the early skirmish on the Rift Herald, we saw the lead going towards Emata Esports, and they continued applying the pressure, preventing resources from being taken by No Excuses. Black Reaper as well couldn't sustain himself as long as he wanted to, and that was pivotal for Emata Esports for controlling the entire game.
Right. As we see in the graph right now, everything was going so well at the early stages of the game. They even managed to get the first, the first dragon of the game. It was an exchange of objectives though, but the Rift Herald really, and plus I think that was a triple kill from Supremo at the early stage of the game was so that helped really a lot for the side of Emata Esports gain that early advantage. But then again, really nice play, I think, coming from Emata Esports and not allowing No Excuses to get that early lead at the start of the game.
I mean, it's a best of 3 match point already for Emata Esports. The goal here of them for sure is landing a 2-0 sweep as becoming the champions here for this tournament. And Kuya Doc has to step it up a notch to be able to push this to game number 3. So let's see if they're going to be able to do it.
Yes, I wonder if there will be some bans or respect bans rather up against Emata Esports, but I feel like they can be playful. Seems like they have a huge champion pool that they can play around regardless of who you ban, but it was pretty obvious from the side of Kuya Doc that, okay, take away the, the Sana, Aatrox, Hecarim combination and just like maybe leave them 1 or 2 and they won't be able to manage to pull it off. But we'll see about that in the next game. Meantime, again, huge shoutouts to our sponsor, Rise.gg. If you want to connect with other gamers across the globe for other games, and if you're looking to become an ambassador of this platform, just head onto their website, Rise.gg. I think for the meantime, though, we'll just be heading on to a really short break to prepare you for Game 2. I'm Kaisaya, with me is Guiang. See you in a bit. We are back here at the second round of the best of three final match between Emata Esports versus Kuya Doc. The stream has 5 minute live delay from the actual happening at the back end, so don't you worry, guys. There's some protection, of course, for the players and teams playing right now tonight. So Guiang, so thoughts about or any predictions what could happen in the banning or the drafting for tonight?
I think Kuya Doc this time will be attempting to get the Lee Sin away from Emata Esports, unless Emata Esports are gonna be banning it out for the second game. However, we saw how great they are, not only in the drafting phase but also more entirely actually in the executing part. We saw that being made by Emata Esports during that game number 1. Lee Sin gonna be banned away here by Kuya Doc as the respect there for intentions. The last time we have seen him, I believe he did have a score of 9-1-6, like only getting or receiving one
Seems
death,
like
but
you're still
has been
having
so
bad dreams in
impactful.
that one. If you're
I'm having so many good dreams because good dreams, to be honest, because
okay,
I was
good
once
dreams.
a Lee Sin main back in League of Legends PC,
Oh,
a jungler.
we want to see your contents in the live stream. You playing Lee Sin, huh? Oh, you
Yeah.
guys, everyone on the stream, ask Guiang for that one. We want to see him post his Lee Sin plays. Is it PC or mobile?
PC. On mobile,
Wow.
I'm not good. Oh.
I mean, Wouldn't it be easier on the mobile? I'm not sure. Maybe it depends on where
Well,
you're
you don't
used
need a
to.
ward, but I'm like a boomer at this point. I'm not good with mobile games.
We'll have okay. PC League of Legends PC Guiang Lee Sin main. Okay, take note of that, guys.
Former
For
release in main. And it looks like that Emata Esports is still gonna go with the double ADC. We saw how good
um
Ezreal a while ago is, although he was struggling a bit during the early game. However, this time might actually be really good here. We see so much potential of an Alistar in helping out just because of the unbreakable will, especially in the burst potential here. Possibly on Kuya Doc, since they did pick up the Nautilus. This again puts into question that the Nautilus can actually go into the jungle once more, and that's what Emata Esports is prepping up right now.
Right. In terms of preparation, Joe, I love how Emata Esports again did disrespect
Mm.
bans. Akali, which was banned a while ago, now it's here. I wonder what's gonna be the play like is in the mid lane against the Ezreal with the Akali.
So many mobile champions as well are picked up by Kuya Doc. The Akali, the Zeri, even the Nautilus is going to be a bit mobile just because of the dredge line, so he can maneuver around on fights, be able to escape if ever he does need to with that Anchor. Fiora though provides so much of that outplay potential plus laning phase, split push. There's so many things that the Fiora can actually do depending on which route she is gonna go to. Either it's the damage build for team fights or the hull breaker build for split push. I think
Mm-hmm.
Emata Esports are gonna go with the hull breaker one since they would want to separate the Akali from the mix as well and provide pressure in the side lane push so that Kuyadok won't be able to group up.
Yeah, we'll see about that too. I worry, like, I don't see Zeri that much, even on ranked games, but I think we'll have to see how this will be pulled off. Like, are we waiting for late game stage in here for the side of Quidok, given that they have Zeri as your source of ADC? Will there be a double ADC composition from Quidok? That's not the usual play that we are seeing from them. But so far, for the three picks of Kuyadok, is there something to worry about,
Well,
given that they have a Zeri?
I mean, not much. This is pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
The Akali goes into the mid lane. I think they would be looking forward into getting something like a Jax for the top lane because that's the
Mm-hmm.
only champion, to be honest, that can actually equally match the Fiora from the early game towards the late game. It requires so much skill, but it does work regardless.
Uh-huh,
Riven
uh-huh.
can be put up as well, and that provides so much executing damage here on the side of Kuya Dog, but it's just so difficult to use that as well because you have to be really, really technical and be able to outplay the Fiora just to be able to win the lane. I think if you want easier access, a much more stable matchup, the Jax is going to be really, really effective here for Kuya Dog. But what I'm wondering more is what mid laner champion will Emata Esports pick up? Is this going to be the Ezreal into their mid lane? Or are
Uh-huh.
they going to be picking up something like Kaisaya to match the AoE damage and late game scaling of the Zeri? Looks like they don't pick either. They picked the Shyvana instead for the
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah, and I was asking a while ago, okay, will Kuyadok also eye for a double ADC composition in here? Carl Stu still undecided whether he's gonna be lucking this champion. But at the same time, I'm pretty curious about oh no, it's gonna be Orn though. No double ADC
Okay.
for Kuyadok, but so far they have a lot of sustain.
So
Hmm.
Ornn support, Nautilus in the jungle, Renekton in the top lane. They're gonna try to bully Emata Esports better this time around. And I think that's a great intention that they actually have here for this game number 2 because everything is gonna be on the line. Pantheon is gonna be an interesting pick here, if ever, because we don't really see Pantheon in competitive play at all.
Not yet
Or at
done.
least maybe just once from Edward Gaming in the Wild Rift League Asia as a support, or J Team rather. Aurelion Sol though is gonna be an interesting option here. Scaling is gonna be massive here, but there's not much protection that he actually has in his own kit. So the Akali will have easy access towards him later on. However, damage cannot be disregarded here from the Aurelion Sol once we reach around like 12 minutes to 15 minutes.
Now they have decided. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of swappings in here. I'm getting confused, like who's getting who in each of the teams. But we now already know that it's gonna be Asol in the mid. I think that's one of the questions. I thought it's gonna be Israel as well, who's gonna be playing in the mid and maybe matching up against Akali. And maybe they have decided just to protect the Israel from getting maybe bullied in the middle lane by Akali.
So they
They
just
have decided
organized.
to. Yeah, are gonna. I have been, getting like, okay, who's gonna play who? But anyway, these are just player names, so at least,
That's cool.
yeah, that's still okay. So, do you have any predictions or bet just based on the lineup?
I mean, I want to see a game 3, but it looks like Emata Esports are really double downing on their composition as well, making sure that they get the 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Kuya Doc, they have an interesting composition as well. They're going for a second time, trying out this Nautilus jungle for the second time as well. We saw the impact of No Excuses a while ago. That was actually quite impactful. But this time, I think with the Akali, it's going to be much better, especially that they have so much burst, including the Renekton.
Yeah, that's for sure. But we're gonna be here getting into the match already. We'll have to find out, will there be an invade? Will the Shivana be stopped from taking the dragons from the side of Emata Esports? But no excuses. In the Nautilus as well. We'll see if this is gonna be viable for their side to actually go maybe for an invade or maybe even stop intentions from the jungle, early jungle.
Big responsibility as well for Black Reaper to be able to handle Kai Dreams, because a while ago we saw him not being able to actually handle him, and we saw the impact of Kai Dreams massively a while ago, especially with his Renekton. Time actually doing a bit of a good job. They has to be very careful though from the Vitals. We see an invade as well
Mm-hmm.
happening here with No Excuses taking the Raptor camps
Right.
of Intentions, and this is gonna limit the amount of resources that Intentions is gonna be having.
Right, but it seems like Kai Dream saw that, and Kai Dream's actually getting that vision from the side of Kuya Doc, and looks like there's just gonna be like some annoyance or just basically distractions from the side of Emata.
Quick response there by the members of Kuya Doc, preventing any sort of cheese or invade happening there by Kai Dreams. They're just trying to prevent the quick level 5 of Intentions later on, because the Shyvana can not do anything much, to be honest, without her ultimate, the Dragon form. So that's the main thing that they're trying to do right now, prevent the Shyvana from reaching level 5 so that Kuya Doc will have a better chance in impacting this early game, just like this 1v1. Ignite is gonna be there. The Riposte actually might have given this the outplay for Kai Dreams, and it gets the first blood.
It is the mechanical play being showed off in the top part of the map. That was very interesting. Even Black Reaper knows that, okay, I'm not gonna survive this. Better yet, I use my flash. But this is a like what we're talking about is a Fiora we're talking about on the top side. So all your weak sides, just let her get it. Then you're gonna be dead in no time.
Fiora as well getting first blood is going to be massive because of how great she is in late game. And the Renekton falls off as well. This is already bad news, to be honest, here for Kuya Doc. They need to maybe send No Excuses into the top side just to be able to match the goal later on. Maybe equalize the kills here in the top lane. Starting here on out, Kaidrim's just going to be keep on bullying Black Reaper as long as he can, and later on when it gets the hull breaker, it's gonna be much more difficult for the Renekton to be able to handle the lane.
Yeah, I mean later on, if there's gonna be the first objective coming up already, I think there's some catching up for the Renekton to do, given that the first blood actually went to the Fiora. But we'll see about that. Still early game time. Seems like there's a rotation coming from Intention
Ooh,
onto the top side, and actually our support crave. Oh, but in the mid,
first
so
blood,
yeah.
or at least
No,
the first kill for Kuya Doc.
Yeah,
To at least
yes.
match the kills that Kai Dreams had in the top lane. And it's great, or well, not as great as the Akali getting the kill, but the Nautilus will be able to benefit from it as well. Dominus already has been popped here in the top lane. No Excuses is going to be the first target here. Dragon form is going to be impactful. Call it a Force Cut, a little bit off, but here comes the Akali. Impact starting to do damage, and he will be able to land the dent onto the members here of Emata Esports. Flash comes through for intentions just to be able to survive. They lost Kai Dreams in the process.
It is a 1-for-1 play though, but seems like Emata Esports is not yet even done blocking the way up against the Kuya, Doc, and they're gonna go for it. Will they manage to get a kill? Everyone's just gonna be disengaging and go back to where they're at.
2 for 2 right now
Crucial for
in
Rush?
total.
No,
Gold
not
funneling though, I have to favor Emata Esports on this. 2 scaling champions getting kills is going to be much better than 2 early game champions here, at least, because later on they're gonna fall off. And so far, even with the kills, or at least a kill here on Black Reaper, he's not gonna be able to fully control the lane just yet. Kaidrim is still gonna be the
Not
one
yet.
taking control of this, continuing on the bullying, continue on the gold denial. We see 500 gold lead already on this Fiora compared to the Renekton. And Kuya Doc has to really step up. Maybe they can start trying to get their hands in top lane, try to get a plate there as well, and then focus on the Herald so that they can unlock mid lane in the process to at least get some map pressure here. But right now, that's exactly what they're doing. They're gonna be able to spot out Kai, but they have to turn onto the Dragon as well. Great full headbutt pulverize, and no excuses this time is gonna be taken down. Takes a lot while just to be able to survive. Still, 2 kills already. We see Emata Esports continuing on to the fight still. It's gonna be losing 1. Kai Dreams unable to survive in that scenario, but the ult there coming in. Aurelion Sol still moving forward. Doesn't have the movement speed. Doesn't have the slow anymore. His movement speed here from the Nautilus is just much better.
Alright, and there goes the map, or rather the space created for intentions to actually get and secure the Rift Herald. In the first game of this best of 3 match, it was actually also Emata Esports managing to get a Rift Herald, getting a push, and knowing that Kaizer actually has an advantage on the top side part of the map. But before I continue on that one, seems like there's a clash happening right now in the Dragon part. Easy secure. That's a denial for intentions to get the Dragon.
Great denial indeed. I mean, they get the dragon, first Infernal Dragon, but at the cost of the Rift Herald being able to charge into the mid lane. I think this is going to be very helpful for Emata Esports to at least recover some of the mishaps that happened towards them in the past few minutes, especially with Kai Dreams dying quite already. Top lane, it's Black Reaper being ganked. Grand Challenge has been used already, but with the group up members here of Emata Esports, they're going to be able to unlock this mid tier 1 as tower into the mid lane, gonna be traded here by Kuya Doc. Still, in summary, much better for Emata Esports. They're being able to transition it into a 1,000 gold lead. Bottom lane being pushed by the Akali. At least he just gets a couple of plates, but he has to be very careful. No excuses is gonna be there. Follow the Force God though, stopping the Dragon. That's gonna be the snare to knock up the chain CC, locking the Dragon down, and that's a kill for the Zeri as well. Crayfor trying to survive, trying to stay alive as well. As Mpax able to survive despite the engage coming in from Emata Esports. However, Sonder this time is gonna be traded out. Kaidim's getting 2 kills already, and still wanting more. Getting towards the back line here, still lunging, dashing, going through them.
Ivana coming in as well.
They are here,
no.
Just getting the red buff, just getting the camp stare of no excuse. They want to dive, and they can, and they will. Trying to take down here this Renekton. Black Reaper trying to survive, but the Fusion Barrage will take him down. They still go under the turret. This is going to be bad. Trying to sustain, but is not going to be able to survive. Shyvana overstaying will trade his life in the process, and this time it's going to be the chance for Kuya Doc to actually go towards them. Red Giant didn't connect here onto the Crayfor. Is trying to survive for a bit. I don't think he will. Doesn't have any mobility anymore. No flash, no ult. He's gonna fall down.
This looks beautiful. I mean, this second game is because 2 turrets down for both. Actually, 2 to 3 turrets down for both. Correct me, Eva. I thought the turret, the bot turret of Emata Esports was already down, but they didn't focus on that one. I mean, we saw that Mpax almost got it, but another fight ongoing right now, and it's actually Kuya Doc getting the kill from this fight. What is happening right now? I mean, there's a lot of here and there, Guiang. We saw that there's an early advantage from Emata Esports, but somehow Kuya Doc managed to actually take a turret and some plates, now the bot lane turret at the bottom part of the map, trying to, somehow balance the early advantage of Emata Esports.
I mean, it's Kuya Doc looking for opportunities, and they found one in the blue side jungle of intentions, and they got 2 kills in the process. Especially that it's an Akali with 303 score already. Mid game, he's gonna start to deal a lot of damage here towards Emata Esports, and that's something that they need to find ways to suppress later on. But given their composition, it's not gonna be as easy. That's why we stated earlier that Divide and Conquer is going to be key here for Emata Esports. They need to isolate the Akali through the split pushes here of Kai Dreams. However, the group of members here of Kuya Doc is actually starting to be a problem. It provides safety for Empax as well to continue split pushing in the bottom lane. And no one in a 1v1 scenario can actually match him. Not even this Aurelion Soul.
Right, that's true. Looks like Emata has to play around the lead in terms of gold for their side, which is Kai Dreams. But Kai Dreams at the same time, seems like he'd like to focus on making the split push for the side so that they can do, some kind of 4-1 rotation, maybe even 1-1-2 rotation from the side of Emata. But seems like Kuya Doc though is reacting really so well. For as long as Karsu as well is able to free hit, well, let's see. Seems like they have a plan on the top side.
Kai Dreams trying to survive, will not be able to survive with a slice and dice by Black Reaper, but still, it's gonna be traded out, and this time Crayford trying to tank it for the team, still is a 1-for-1. No excuses, being the first target here by the Dragon, but still, you're gonna be happy with the exchange. Actually, not satisfactory here for Kuya Doc because they lost Black Reaper in the process. And with the objective spawning up, Ocean Dragon, that's the chance right now for Emata Esports to actually take this.
And actually, there's a lot of there's a lot of things to catch up by Black Reaper as a Renekton. He just really got bullied by the Fio around the top a while ago. But for the meantime, I think they have been doing a good job. Emata Esports on stopping Kuya Doc, on actually taking the turret, and now space created for Kuya Doc in here. Will they be able to secure this dragon? Yes, they will.
And that's whole point already. No, nothing to fight for anymore for Emata Esports. They have to disengage, but they lost the cow in the process. Depth charge knocking up 2, and look at the Akali! And Pax looking for an opportunity for the perfect execution will be denied. Still, it's gonna be fine here. They disengage. They have taken the dragon already. They're gonna be happy with that.
Happy, of course, because now they are on the lead in terms of gold. Actually, pretty much catching up and just evening it out. But Emata Esports, so much damage right now. Kai Dreams on the lead, one of the lead in terms of gold. That actually is now Supremo. I think for as long as they've got the free hits, they are able to split push. It's not gonna be something to worry about by Emata Esports. On the bot side,
1v1, 2 versus 1 rather. Kai Dreams getting knocked up. I thought he would be able to get the outplay and win that 2 versus 1. But the influence of No Excuses is massive. The sustain actually is going to be there, stalling for so long. 4 members was actually sent out just to be able to take him down. Shoot barrage, not connecting there onto Black Reaper, so no trades coming up. Nothing was taken in exchange by Emata Esports.
Looks like they have a plan in here from the side of Kuya Doc. Okay, Kai Dreams is one of the top gold handler of the side of Emata Esports, and he's usually just alone, so maybe we get him. But fight happening again in the mid.
And Sonder, just trying to survive, will not as well. I mean, it's an Ornn, and it's going to be big as well because they no longer have the Call of the Forge God here, and they have to flee the main line, not engage in any fights because they know that they will lose the fight without their Ornn. And this can actually pave the way for Emata Esports to actually start this Baron.
Yeah, and there is also no smite available for No Excuses, so I wonder how they're gonna go about in terms of trying to stop or steal this one. The fight ongoing again.
Can they actually get the steal? They do! It's Kuya Doc, the Akali Impact getting the steal. Says thank you along the way as well. Kai Dreams gonna get low. The Dragon Breath actually working here for Black Reaper, but still trying to survive. Will not be able to with double kill though for the Ezreal. Emata Esports got mad because they lost the Baron.
Yes, I mean, no smite, no problem for Kuya Doc, but you said it already, they are not happy. Emata Esports for Kuya Doc stealing that away. But I think in here, there's a buy time from the side of Kuya Doc, because if they gave the Baron to Emata Esports, no, maybe they lose some to 4 turrets in total along the process. But so I think that is a nice confident play, but by Kuya Doc. But 1v1.
Well, Suprema's gonna be able to execute out for sure. It's only Sonder hitting him. Bottom lane, that's gonna be a tower taken down by Kai Dream just to stay on the dream of split pushing and being able to impact this game through the split push as well in taking towers. No hull breaker just yet, but maybe that's gonna be the next item later on. Blade of the Ruin King though, and Divine Sunder has been picked up, and that's gonna allow Kai Dreams to maximize his DPS later on, especially
Oh,
onto the tanky members of Kuya Doc. That's a charge. That's a headbutt
setups.
pulverized. Thunder trying to escape, will not be able to, forced to use the flash just to be able to survive, but still will be chased out. Emata Esports continue on to the fight, but they will lose the dragon. The Shibana is going to be taken down. Intentions unable to survive in time. Black Reaper though will have to disengage, but will not as well. They have to be very wary already because bottom lane is being pushed by NPAX, and they have to send someone
Yeah.
there to be able to defend.
They are definitely now forced to back away because, there is a job being done by our Akali and Pax on the bot side. So I think overall, despite, losing a lot of members in the process, taking down the turret and the bot side part of the map is Emata Esports is giving them still some light of hope. Well, overall, again, advantage is on the side of Emata Esports, but this is not huge difference we're talking about, Guiang. And the dragons, 2 dragons total on the hands of Kuya Doc, nothing for intentions, which is a Shyvana who badly needs some dragons to, empower all her passive. Nothing currently, but we'll see a potential team fight that could happen again in this game.
Charge not connecting, but headbutt pulverize will. NPAX is just waiting for an opening. And Emata Esports needs to be very careful here. Yes, it is a big pressure for the soul right now, and Kai Dreams as well, trying to isolate them. That's a dragon form. That's everything on the line right now for Kuya Dog. They're trying to resist the damage here. The burst coming in here from Emata Esports, but Empath is going to be able to access the back line, hiding under the shroud as well. Shuriken will connect here onto Supreme and take him down as well. A big shot down. That's a flash in, gets the Shuriken cross as well. Stays to buy some time. Intentions will be looking to burst him down. He will. Through the double kill. Black Reaper though, getting something in the name here of Kuya Dog as well. 3 for 3, but this can be better actually here for Kuya Dog because now they're gonna be able to take this dragon.
And they don't care if there, even if there's a vision, a teleport incoming by the Fiordi. This is gonna be scary for sure. There is a free hit badly needed coming
Yeah, the
from
smite.
Karasu.
Intentions trying to get the dragon.
They got
He
it.
will
They
be able
got
to get
it.
it, but the cost of his life. It's better though than giving the soul here to Kuya Dog because
Right.
that would have been so disastrous on their side.
At least one dragon finally, which is what intentions would love to have. But Zeri, I mean, I was like questioning Zeri a while ago during the drafting phase. Okay, will she be enough? But the damage right now being dealt, I mean, the AOE damage too during team fights is just hurtful for Emata. But meantime, could this be a potential clash about to happen now?
It will. That's the ult from the Aurelion Soul slowing everyone down. Impact as well. Is it a bad spot? It's gonna be taken down. Charge is gonna be there as well from Kuya Dog. Trying to at least win the fight still. Despite the numbers advantage, they will continue on to the Baron. The Prem as well looking for an opening. The Slice and Dice will take the Aurelion Soul down. No steal anymore. Intentions a little bit late here for the party. And the party is on Kuya Dog's side. Supremo getting the damage done though. Still able to get the trades done. Won't be able to get the numbers advantage or at least the advantage in the team fight. Zabana comes through here for Kuya Dog as well as the 4 kills they've gotten in that fight.
This is getting a very exciting. I would say the tables already have turnaround because we can see Clash from Clash already winning, being won by Kuya Dog. They got the second Baron in this game. This is gonna allow them to create more space. What do you say about this status at the moment? And again, the dragon is about to come up. We have intentions gonna go back alive, but question is, will they make it on time?
I mean, it's already a little bit off here, to be honest, here for Emata Esports. It's good that they denied the Dragon Soul there for Kuya Doc. It's 18 minutes. A bigger dragon, a
Elder
bigger objective, a
Dragon.
much more concluding objective is
Yes.
spawning up. And that's the Elder Dragon. Mata Esports needs to be more precise. Intention needs to be
Mm-hmm.
more collected this time around.
Right.
Impact still is going to be looking for an opening into the backline. We saw this is his Impact a while ago. The charge, confidence here by Kuya
Oh
Dog, but they can actually win
no.
in this fight.
Look
They're
at that.
fully accessing the backline. However, Impact might be
Intentions.
in a bad spot. Is going to be taken down early into this fight. Backline is going to be breached as
Calidon.
well. Zed is going to be unstoppable, getting the double kill as well. It's
Clarice.
Karsu this time that is
Oh
taking the
no.
throne of the carry role this time. Not scared at all. Will secure the triple. Can actually get the quadra kill here. Supreme doing a really good job to getting straight as well. Still is on a killing spree, trying to kite away, slowing them down as well. Trying to get the opening here. Will be able, or should be able to get the
Stasis
skill of the
timing.
Nautilus, but is being prevented with the stasis. The ace comes through for Kuya Doc.
Wow, what a play! You know, Key was definitely and the desire to actually engage the moment they saw were the members of Emata Esports in the bush hiding from the Elder Dragon. I think they're not even gonna go for any other objective but just the base. Seems like they want to end this and to give that 1-1 score already. Kuya Doc, will they get this last push? And it seems like yes, they will. The 1-1 score for Kuya Doc up against Emata Esports. What a game, Guiang.
I mean, it's such a fascinating performance here on Kuidok, especially for Impax, for Carlsu as well. He was able to really impact the game. Black Reaper as well was very helpful for the team fights. I got a little bit worried on him because he died early into the top lane. He was bullied a lot, but man, Kuya
Woo.
Doc stayed true to their form and was able to win
Yeah,
this game, start the score. Now we're going towards the final match here. Final game in this
right.
best of three series, the decider match between both of these teams.
Right, and this is like going back to best of one, which what they've run through from rounds 1 to 3. Just so you know, both of the teams already have a place in our prize pool. Oh, let's look at the graph. Giang, look at this very colorful graph we are seeing right now.
Yeah, it was a very close game. We saw the gold shifting from Kuya Doc to Emata Esports to Kuya Doc to Emata Esports. But after securing the second dragon by Kuya Doc and despite Emata Esports or intentions being able to deny the soul there for Kuya Doc, we saw already such a big lead building up on Kuya Doc's side. The Akali was very impactful. Impact was able to access the back line every single time he wanted. There are times that he was actually shut down and prevented to, but that's the time where Karlsu this time was actually able to step up, and that was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the thing that they needed the most to be able to win this game.
That is so true. And I think I gotta commend the decisiveness from, whether it be Black Reaper, No Excuses, or even Sunder engaging for the fights and give that space for Kalsu. I think that is very commendable. And likewise, Kalsu positioning wherever the clash is, he knows where to go. Impact as well did a great job in doing the split push. They didn't give it to, of course, Black Reaper because he's definitely more mobile in terms of going to and from the map and matching up against Kai Dream's split pushes. So overall, I think in terms of execution, Kuya Dog really did a great job.
A fantastic job indeed, and this time the Nautilus composition worked, especially to help out in the burst for Empax and for Black Reaper as well. Kaizer wasn't able to help out that much in the team fight despite the Hull Breaker for the split push. That became a bit of the coin toss there for his side. And Aurelion Sol as well did not work that much as they wanted to, simply because when when the Akali gonna be in face front of the Aurelion Sol, we know that all it takes is 3 hits to take down the Aurelion Sol, and it can be done in a split of a second.
Yes, that is so true. And then again, last game later on, let us know in the live chat who you're vouching for. Is it Emata Esports or is it Kuya Doc? Let us know in the live chat. Again, thank you so much to our sponsor, Rise.gg, for sponsoring this event, League of Legends Wild Rift. There's more to come in the future, but for the meantime, you can browse the website of Rise.gg. Take a look at the features on their website. They're also looking for ambassadors who wants to become a part of their team and grow as a content creator. So just head on to their website. Meantime, we will prepare the third game lobby. I'm Kaisaya. With me is Guiang. We'll be back after a few minutes break. And we are back here for the very last match between Emata Esports versus Kuya Doc. It is now a 1-1 score and a moment to find out who's gonna be the champion. I'm Kaisaya, with me is Guiang. Guiang, what do you say about the 1-1 score that we have tonight?
It's fascinating. I like to see the competitiveness here of both of these teams. Kuya Doc this time, after having the opportunity to pick up the Akali, we saw Empax being able to fully impact the fight and dictate what's the ending, what the conclusion is gonna be on almost all of the fights. He got targeted a lot, especially in the latter fights, but it did not affect the outcome as Carlson was able to step up and help out as well on his Zeri. Almost actually was able to secure a quadra kill in one of his fights. But this time, Kuya Doc can actually do that again because they're retaining on blue side.
Yeah, just so you know, dear viewers, they actually had a toss coin in this third match. So it was a decision, I believe, onto the side of Kuya Doc, selecting which side they want to play. Or actually, I have to verify that in our live chat. So give me a second. So yeah, it was Emata Esports who chose which side. So they wanted to retain red side. And what do you think, Guiang, is like the advantage on being the red side? Is it like mainly the two picks that they can secure?
Well, red side, the two pick prio and also the last pick is the benefit there on red side. For blue side, it's the first pick primarily. And oftentimes, you get the benefit of not having to ban some of those priority champions. And since on the red side, you have to ban the priority champions like the Hecarim, sometimes Camille as well has to be banned away. That's the downside of being on red side.
Right. And there you go from Coach Guiang himself. All right. Here we go. Okay, just want to give you shout outs to everyone on the live stream right now. Alternating capacity shop. Wow, that's like a semi
Hey.
promotion. Shouting him out. Riri 71, Den Kenks, Urazu, and Ron DMD. So yeah, just give a just cheer for your favorite team. So the score right now is 1-1, and unfortunately we don't really have a giveaway ongoing on the stream, but you can support your favorite teams. This is not a fan match. I would say it's a semi competitive community tournament for you guys, with of course the prize pool brought to you by Ryza GG. Shout out to Guiang Gaming. Follow him on his TikTok. He's gonna be creating more contents, guys, on TikTok. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
If you need any fit, you need any fitness tips as well, make sure to hit me up as well. I'm more than willing to help you out in your journey for your health.
Here you go. Yeah, for
Shout out to Kuya Doc.
muscular muscular goals. There you go. Thank you so much to Dexty MN for setting us over. This is actually also our stream director for tonight. Okay, let's go back to the draft. What do we see in the bands? What do we see in the prio picks as of the moment?
Well, it's actually interesting for me that they no longer pick the Nautilus. Instead, they ban it away. So it means that Kuya Doc has a different strategy this time around. Possibly having a Zeri, maybe a Zaya as well into the mid lane so that they would have double ADC. Korg is gonna be a possible counter pick here. At least a pick by Kuya Doc to prevent Emata Esports from getting that as well. Maybe they're gonna be interested in taking the Jace away as well through the second banning phase, but that will be determined later on after they pick those two champions like this. The Ornn and the Kazakhs. This is gonna be massive, but still going to be a little scary as well because they don't have anyone to help out the Kazakhs just yet. They don't have any
Mm-hmm.
combinations just yet that would synergize for team fights. It has a lot of good early game to late game
Yeah,
scaling. The
yeah.
Ornn is very impactful in the fight because of the crowd control, but the Vi is can actually be a better option here for
Likewise.
Emata Esports to just help out. Looks like they're
But
not gonna pick it up
yeah.
and just go with a severe.
Yeah, that's true. Given that this is the composition of Emata Esports, I'm also like looking for the potential targets, squishy targets from that the Kazakhs can have. Meantime, I'm only seeing Ezreal maybe being bullied in the early stages of the game so that he doesn't get the online He doesn't get the snowball that he potentially might need. But the severe, let's go back to the severe. What is in the heads of Emata Esports right now, having this chosen on their lineup? Do you have any predictions as to how or why this is chosen?
Hmm. Well, for the severe, it's very helpful to be honest. For team fights, it gives so much mobility, especially because of her ultimate. It's so hard to take him down because of the spell shield as well. So the Call of Forge God can actually be cancelled by just one spell shield by the severe. And team fighting, this can actually be very uh, a mobile composition here by Emata Esports in general. You have the Arcane Chip from the Ezreal, you have the mobility from the Severe as well. The ricochets are going to be a problem later on in terms of AoE damage. So Kuya Doc has to maybe double down on their burst later on. Akali has been banned away, so it's going to be a little problematic here in what champion they're going to be using. Maybe a Vladimir is going to be a good option, but we
Mm-hmm.
cannot be so sure just yet. But they're lacking AP just yet here for Kuya Doc. I think a magic damage dealer is going to be helpful here to at least balance out the damage output
Yeah.
on their side.
That's true. I mean, we still have got 2 slots in here. But to those on the live stream asking whether we have a stream on YouTube or Facebook as well, there's going to be a replay that's going to be posted on those channels. So don't you worry. Just the live is in here happening. So we want to collect all the players here right now in one space. But also huge shout outs to, I think I saw a gifter on the live stream. I forgot his name. I think it is Agon 21, thank you so much for the gift that you've sent over on the stream. Supporting the League of Legends community. Guiang, Ariana, is this enough as a source of magic damage for Kuya Doc?
It can actually be good. I mean, it can be risky. Oriana doesn't have that much damage in the early game and can have a bit of a hard time scaling up as well. But given the front lines that they actually have, the Ornn, the Garen, the Kha'Zix as well, when he goes in, they can command protect into Shockwave as a combination as well for Kuya Doc, and this will be very helpful for their fights. The way that Kuya Doc is going to be winning is forcing out fights, getting the burst done, getting
Mm-hmm.
at least one of the ADCs taken away is going to be the most important thing for them, because the other members on Emata Esports that are going to be backing them up are very tanky. They have the Vi, they have the Renekton, they have the Galio as well. The
Yeah.
hero's entrance is going to be such a big problem for Kuya Doc later on, but they can time it. That's the good thing about this.
I mean, so much setups for both of the teams. What they that they can do in terms of clashes, and I think gonna be exciting how Zeri and Israel gonna be positioning themselves. I think it's the Israel that has to be more careful though, because they've got the Kazakhs in here that they could just potentially flank even the Oriana as well. Dishing all those magic damage. But we'll see about that. It's gonna be all about the execution. Again, to the fans of these two teams, cheered them up on the live stream. I don't think we've seen Yamada again play. No, maybe his coach. I mean, I've seen Yamada chat a while ago on TikTok,
Yeah,
but he's not saying. Maybe he is one of the
chilling.
secret ingredients of Yamada.
Let's see. The last match between Kuya Doc
Mm-hmm.
and Emata Esports. Most important to get the big bulk of that 10,000 prize pool. Thanks to Raisa Gigi and Kaisaya, of course, for making this tournament possible, and the community as well, just amplifying the experience here of everyone that is watching and participating as well. We had 32 teams, but we're down to the
Yes.
last two.
My goodness, I mean, Wild Rift is not definitely dead. Did not expect, I'm gonna repeat it again, I did not expect that we're gonna reach 32 teams in total for a community tournament. Well, here we go, we're gonna head on to the match right now. Again, Kuya Doc versus Emata Esports. Shout out to you, Nash, on the stream. Let us know who you're supporting to. Guiang, what could be the potential early gameplays that we might see in here?
I mean, for early game, it can be just Kuya Doc looking for picks since they do have the Kazakhs. However, since the Vi is picked up here by Intentions, we know that they're gonna be focusing on top side for sure because they have the
Mm-hmm.
setups there. The Renekton can help the Vi out in getting that pressure done, or at least the early initiation. They're gonna be looking to bully out the Garen as well early into this game because the Garen doesn't actually have any mobility except for the the first skill that he has for extra mobility, doesn't have any dashes. When he uses his flash, it's going to be at his most vulnerable state.
Right, and as you can see, an early go back to the base by Engpax. Lots of pokes here and there by our Israel. And this time, we didn't see any invades that happen. It seems like both of are respecting each other in this lineup that they have planned.
Mm-hmm. Emata Esports, I actually like their composition here. It's very balanced. The only thing troubling right now is that they don't have any source of magic damage. Maybe towards Ezreal a little bit through the True Shot
Yeah.
Barrage and his second skill as well. But in general, that's the benefit here of Mpax as well, since they do have the Orianna.
Right, that's true. Although we don't know yet as well. Cray4, he might be going for a little bit of balance in terms of like tankiness and of course magic damage to help out, dish out some source of magic damage with the Ezreal. But we'll see about that. So far so good for both of the teams. It's pretty chill. I think both of them just want to play it safe because, it is a 1-1 score right now. That's why no win base. But meantime, on to the middle side part of the map. Seems like there's an action happening with the Renekton.
Just a bit of banter.
Dreams.
Kai Dreams looking to disengage, will be able to. However, that was a close one. And despite no casualty happening actually here into this game, we see already the pressure being built up here by Kuya. They're grouping up into the mid lane. Cray4 looking for an opening as well. Not find anyone. And I think that's for the benefit as well of Emata Esports. If they overstay there, they can actually get punished.
Nice try though by Cray4 there. Unfortunately, the taunt will not connect. Even the knock up pin did not connect. But I think it was a pretty, maybe the rotation or the report from Carl was like, okay, there is already Cray4 going on to the middle lane, so just be careful. So I think nice try though, the rotation coming from the side of Emata Esports. Now them fully, seemingly like respecting the Kuya team.
Mid lane, that's a good engage. However, again, we have to discuss the problem of the Orianna in the early game. Absolutely no damage. She's just gonna be poking her way towards damaging some of the members here of Emata Esports, maybe through the shockwave for the additional crowd control, slows as well, but not executing damage yet. She needs 2-3 items to be able to impact fights, and that's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, we'll see about nothing yet. Just boots here and there, and even the Ezreal actually got a little bit of gold, but still early game time. We gotta wait for the first objective of the game. No one is actually going for, aggressive plays at this moment. Even the Kazakhs, I mean, no visits even in the bot or mid lane part. Anyway, the bot's gonna be pretty tough for him. It seems like maybe they could try to, stop the Ezreal from actually snowballing, but so far it's nothing is happening. It's pretty chill at the moment for game 3.
Well, I wonder when they are actually gonna be striking, because oftentimes it's when the first objective actually spawns up, right? When there's the dragon, when there's the Rift Herald, then oftentimes we see a bit of an exchange, but not for this series so far. Every single objective fight starts a fight. They don't allow anyone to get either objective. It's either you get both or either you get none. But so far, they both of them actually find ways to actually at least equalize the amount of objective scores or the objectives that they're gonna be able to take, despite whatever happens prior to that as well. Because a while ago we saw Kuya, right? They weren't able to get the Rift Herald, but they managed to get the dragon, and that allowed them to pressure for Soul Point in the late game. I think this time they're gonna be looking to do the same.
And even stopped, the jungler from the side of Emata. Anyway, moving forward, just want to thank our gifters on the stream. Ron DMD, thank you so much. And to those who are asking what tournament is this is a community tournament organized by yours truly and sponsored by Rise.gg. So this is actually already live. This is not a replay of anything. If you want to look for a replay, we're going to post it on our YouTube, on my YouTube, as well as on my TikTok. Okay. Sorry, not TikTok, but Facebook. So here we go. The first objective is up, and we potentially can see a team fight.
Season Desist gonna be used already, and still no kills happening. Cray4 actually flashing in. The shockwave hitting the back line, but unable to deal enough damage to actually take them down. It's Thunder that gets taken away. I think they're gonna be happy with the exchange first. They're gonna just go back away, as Emata Esports does have the priority this time. They took a bit of damage actually coming in from Karl Su, and at the end of that, I think they're just gonna handshake for now, give the Rift Herald here for Kuya Doc, and Emata Esports will look to scale up with the Dragon.
Right, so this is a split objective for both. They have decided. We just take the Rift Herald for Kuya Doc, and the Yamata just gonna go for the Ice Dragon. Let's see how they will gonna be capitalized. The Rift Herald that they take, they better have to take a turret, not just plates on this one, because lots of the Ezreal going live later on is gonna be something hurtful if allowed to snowball. But meantime, 1v1 just poke here and there, nothing's gonna happen yet again.
Yeah, they're just gonna play the safe for now. Look to scale up. That's the most important thing to be done here in this game, especially for the Emata Esports. They can actually just be patient here. Since they do have the double ADC, the Azrael and the Severe is gonna be very impactful later on, especially in terms of the damage output. And since they do have a lot of front lines, one is gonna get taken down though in the mid lane as they try to defend, and they're looking for more as well. No excuses. Taking a bunch of those mystic shots though can be quite troublesome. It's still gonna be fine. But as he invades the Grump here, we see an invade being done as well by intention, so it's just equalized here. Emata Esports knows how to deal with these kinds of scenarios due to their experience as well. Black Reaper holding out top lane, just looking to scale up. That later on is the benefit of this Garen is the scaling factor. Call of the Force God gonna be used, knocking up 2. Black Reaper not following up as well. Just looking to clear out this wave. Intentions looking for an opening. Actually commits here with Assault and Battery as they suppress the hell out of Sonder. They will be able to pick up the kill. Will they also pick up the tower here? Because bot lane is being taken down here already by no excuses. That's 2 kills that they have picked up. Fight still bruised up here in the top lane. 2 plates, 3 plates taken down already by Emata Esports. They want to take this tower down to finally equalize the structure score. And they do.
And they did indeed. So here we go. I think Kuya Doc, rather, Emata Esports is actually doing a great job in giving answers against what Kuya Doc has been doing. That was like actually an overstay for Angpax and just trying to take the first turret for their side with with him sacrificing his life. So overall, I would say the win is, or rather, there was quite an advantage on the side of Emata Esports, taking down a turret plus the life of Angpax a while ago down bottom part of the map. So there's a little bit of catching up in terms of the kill lead-in here, but gold-wise, it's doing pretty okay.
Cray4 taking too much damage. Fortunately, the Justice Sponge allowed him to actually escape, but that's still quite scary as a situation for him. This time, Kuya Doc again just continuing on the pressure. First item picked up already, going towards the second item here for Impact as well. The Ludens is going to be very helpful for the burst. No excuses. Actually pulling the Vi a little bit too backwards, but it's not going to impact him at all. Still gonna get taken down. His intentions looking for an opening once more, looking for a way to bash into the back line. Dreams as well. But the Zeri, Karlsu actually needing attention this time, and the attention is given as he gets bursted down by the Renekton, and that's too unfortunate for Karlsu.
Yeah, I think no excuses. Overstayed a little bit there. The members of Emata Esports know where he is, and that just allowed intentions to just go for the ultimate up against him, knocking him up, and he's gone. He was able to jump away, but that's not enough. He's just gonna take him out, but he's mad. He's mad. You killed me out. Yeah, you killed me a while ago. I'm gonna make a kill up against you, but will that be enough though? I mean, the turret in the middle lane is also already down on the side of Kuya Doc.
Cray4 isolated, but still very, very tanky. Can he actually tank everything though? He will not.
Nope.
Especially with the mass injustice there from Black Reaper. That helps at least the economy be better here on Kuya Doc's side. They're only down 1,000 gold. That 10 minutes, that's pretty much negligible.
I love how everything is equalized at the moment, but there's I think, like, in terms of the gold and the execution as a team wise, Emata is doing good, but solo wise, I think there is like solo plays, we can see there's a really good job being done by Kuya Doc, but hold the thought because there's seemingly like a fight is gonna happen again.
Dragon taken already by no excuses. Cray4 a little bit late towards that engage, but still the backline is going to be breached. At least a 1 kill for Emata Esports as a consolation prize. Not really much that worth it though, because Soul Point now is denied by Kuya.
That is so true. Pretty equal still, though. Lots of things can happen. One for one, even on the dragon side. But I think now the question is, what can these two teams do? There is a rotation coming in from intentions, but no excuses knows that. Let's see.
Yeah, the shield actually blocks the Vault Breaker. Black Reaper tanking so much. That's the perk of having a Garen. Supremo, I think, is not in a good spot. They lose Crayfor in the process already. A little bit too early. Intention as well. Just landed with that sword. Black Reaper is going to be able to suppress that damage. Of course, it's a Garen with so much health. And that's 2 kills for free. The only good thing happening here on the side of Emata Esports is the split push here by Kaisaya, at least to get the tower down in the top lane. But in terms of
And he
the
gets it.
total summary of gold, it's still much better here for Kuya. And he's being chased down already. No excuses. It's gonna be there. Spots him out. Gets the isolation damage. Going him out. Dominus gonna be proc though, and no excuses. Has to flee, has to flash away, but the flash in here by Kaizer is will secure the kill. And Black Reaper doesn't have the Demacian justice. And Saunders gonna be here as well. At least to help out. Finally secure that 1-for-1. It's taking such a long time. The hero's entrance is gonna be there. But the Renekton is still gonna be taken down. The Drusa Barrage is gonna be coming through as well, landing the damage here onto Black Reaper. But still, the Shurikens, the Ricochets are gonna be there. Supremo landing the impact here, as well as the shockwave from downtown. And Impact still gonna be running away. Supremo is actually doing so much already here in this fight. Emata Esports winning still despite all of those mishaps.
Severe has gone definitely wild. I think the catch-ups coming from the side of Emata Esports was so superb on that part of the map. No excuses. Tried his best to, 1v1 Kai Dreams. Wasn't enough though. Fortunately, Black Reaper was there to back him up. But the reaction coming from the side of Emata Esports was just on point to actually overall win the team fight.
I mean, it's so much actually. Kai Dreams being able to survive for so long was the biggest part of that fight for me as well. I mean, despite him not having any tank item aside from the 300 HP, roughly 300 HP that the Black Reaver provides, nothing else was present there to help him survive. Only thing that allowed him to was the sustain that he actually has, especially because of his first skill and the Blade of the Ruin King as well. And the way that he pressured the backline as well is especially no excuses. That early kill allowed him to just have the leverage in that fight, and it's gonna be much harder for them to actually take him down because of this Terax cage being completed already.
That is so true. Thank you so much again for the gifts being sent on the stream at the moment. Again, the replay will be up on Facebook and YouTube on my channels. But meantime, okay, there was an attempt to actually steal some jungle camps from the side of Emata, but seems like it's not yet enough Guiang to actually make a comeback in terms of gold lead. In terms of map control, the top lane is really winning from the side of Emata, but you have to be very careful on this potential bush fight that could happen.
Yeah, there's so much confidence as well for Supremo. He's the one checking the area first, not the support, not the jungler. And that's the thing, that's the benefit when they have Severe being used by him as well. Because of that spell shield, plus they do have the hero's entrance ready and available just in case anyone actually comes onto him as well. Right now, no excuses, being chased down. Has to be very careful. Bottom lane is going to be pushed as well. Intentions going a little bit too deep. Just smites him down.
That's scary, he has squishy. We know he can 1v1, he has that passive, but he is way too squishy up against, the knockups available coming from intentions. And whenever you just roam around, like overextend, it just scares me away. Again, shout out to Aegon21. Thank you so much for sending over gifts. Going back to no excuses. I mean, is this an excuse to have this passive enough to actually be overly confident in overextending across maps?
I mean, let's see if this is going to be very impactful, because everyone has to group up right now in the bottom side river. The Scuttle Crab was actually taken here by Emata Esports, so that's going to give them a bit of a benefit in terms of mobility and vision as well. But they actually turn onto the backline. The Shockwave is going to be impactful as well. Stace is going to be survived some time for the Galley, but still the backline is going to be breached by Kai Dreams. Still stalling, still looking for an opening. Does have this Tera's cage for the additional shield, and now they turn onto the Infernal Dragon. Still going to be able to take it down. without
No
any contention because
steals.
they have taken Black Reaper early into that
Yeah.
fight.
So true. I mean, Black Reaper took a lot of damage in, and he's the only one frontlining mainly for Kuya Doc, and the damage coming up for both Severe as well as Israel is just way too much for him to handle. So even though they're playing a front to back strategy from the side of Emata Esports, it's good enough anyway. It's just like one main tank from the side of Emata. I mean, Sunder couldn't last anymore as well, unfortunately, and it's not just giving. No excuses couldn't even go for a steal because he could potentially end up dying as well. So I think he went into the safer route.
I mean, the safer route is much better. Sometimes being too ambitious
Mm-hmm.
becomes like an Icarus moment. You fly too high and get burned down by the sun and you fall down to the ground. That's something that Emata Esports doesn't want to do. They have the lead right now. Regardless of it being just 2,000, it's still a lead. Plus, they have more dragon stacks, so that really amplifies the amount of
Mm-hmm,
stats
mm-hmm.
that they have better than Kuya Doc in terms of item value because the percentages that the Ice Dragon and the Infernal Dragon is going to be amplified with the amount of dragon stacks that they actually have. Emata Esports is playing this towards their winning condition, which is late game. When the
Right,
ADCs
right.
have their items, 5 items, 4 items, 6 items, that's the time where they are just gonna be so unstoppable and be able to deal the
Oh
damage.
no.
That's engaged by intentions. The flank as well coming in from Kai Dreams actually doing so much here into this fight. The shockwave though, they're gonna blow up the Renekton. Still, they are actually able to stop in the Call of the Forge God. Kai Dreams looking to back away. They have the movement speed from the Spear as
Mm-hmm.
well to just walk away. No excuses, looking for an opening here. Will not find any. Rico's
Yeah.
coming through. No excuses, looking for the flank. Intentions though, going a little bit deep here. Will be suppressed and taken down. Dropped with a
Oh,
sword. And the Zeri though is going to be
what?
taken down as well. The backline is going to be breached. The flash in by Suprema looking to chase down the members here of Kuya Doc. Exhaust coming through.
Oh
The
no,
double
it's
kill
way
for
too
the
much.
Ezreal. Can he actually get the triple kill? He does! With the
Oh.
Arcane Shift in into the Mystic Shots. And they get 3 people dead. And this
Ugh.
battle is going to be for their taking.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if intentions is gone in here, I mean, doesn't matter. No excuses is also death. There's no way for actually. There's no global available skill even for Kuya Doc to make this still. So this is a free Baron take for the side of Emata. They could even potentially try to get this Elder Dragon already, even though we can say no excuses going back alive. Will that be enough? He's a way too squishy. And a lot of members from the side of Emata Esports about to come back alive. Really good space creation for Kai Dreams as well.
They're gonna turn, they're gonna try, they're gonna commit. Call of the Forge shot gonna be already.
Scary.
Black Reaper accessing the back line with a spin to win action, but it's taking too much damage! The Heartsteel staff
Oh
wasn't propped
no!
up! And the Ezra is still alive!
Ah,
Teleport gonna be incoming though, no excuses looking to access the back line, still gonna jump away. Trisha Barrage did
Kill?
connect, but at the cost of his life. But the Orion actually doing a lot of work, cancelling at least Kai Dream's flank
Yes.
onto the back side. 2 for 1, much better now
No
for Kuya
jungler,
Doc.
okay? No jungler on the side of Kuya Doc right now. Again, available right once more is the Elder Dragon. At least, Kuya Doc again managed to stop the members of Emata Esports from trying to secure this Elder Dragon. And there's no space. They have taken that space, but do take note, they lack one member. Actually, it's gonna be a 3-4-4 situation, and no one's gonna be engaging. This is gonna be a reset for both sides, but do take note. The push on the top side is going up in favor of Team Emata, so I think they need to balance it out just a little bit to create that space that they need for the Elder.
They can also position for the Baron again, 10 seconds away from spawning up already. There's a huge wave in the top lane that Black Reaper is trying to clear out. And again, the big pressure as well is just because of this Elder Dragon. Vision about to expire on the Emata Esports side, so Crayford has to set up on those wards again. The rest of the squad as well. But looking at the items, 3-4 items already unlocked here on the double ADC of Emata Esports. We saw them being able to deal so much damage already from the previous fights. They're going to be able to deal more with the more items they actually pick up. Justice Punch is not going to count to Sonder, but the charge as well. It's quite funny. They just both miss and like handshake from there. Nobody saw that.
Nobody saw that, just the observer. So, here we go. Anytime, so, I mean, there's a teleport available on the hands of Renekton. They're both on the top side, but seems like they're gonna go back to the base and prepare for the potential clash that could happen. They've actually already started the Dragon losing some of the spells and skills here and there. Let's see if there are everyone's just gathering here now, and a potential fight could happen anytime soon.
Emata Esports wants to turn. They're baiting the members here of Kuya Doc. They want them to commit here onto this Elder Dragon. They're taking the time. They're bidding their time as well, forcing the Elder Dragon to reset on and on again. So maybe force no excuses to enter this pit. They know that they can win the fight. They know they can actually engage. But Kuya Dog's actually doing a really good job preventing anyone from escaping. That's the first ability. Got the torch shot, gonna be used already, but Evidence is gonna be turning here on the side of Emata Esports. Getting onto the backside. Vice is gonna be using the stasis to buy some time here. Then still gonna walk away. Shockwave did not connect onto anyone. But the flash in by Kaidreams, accessing the backline this time around. Still Crayford is gonna be coming onto this fight as well as Supremo. Right now is speeding everyone up for the side of Emata Esports. Now that they have taken 2 members down, the exchange of Kai Dreams, I think this is still enough for them to actually be able to secure this Elder Dragon, but they have to fight. They have to turn. Also, is going to be here. Sonder as well. They have the Kazakh still ready and available. Just went towards base, just cleaning up this Raptor camp. 4,000 left onto the Elder Dragon. They don't have any vision. They have to check. They have to fake check here if they want to be able to get the steal. Can they actually do so? It's sticking. It's burning. And the Elder Dragon's taken by Emata Esports.
Nice try coming from Kuya Doc though, but at the same time, I think Crayfer did really a good job in shoving away, no excuses from attempting to jump over the Elder Dragon. So really nice try though, but then again, this is what you get. They got a double ADC, you know, Ezreal and Supremo onto Severe as well. It hurts them a lot. I mean, the front lining of Black Reaper, as well as Sonder in here, is proven to be given not enough in terms of the damage being dealt by Supremo as well as Israel. But then again, Engpax actually died super early on a while ago.
Kai Dreams? I think it's bought them out. And the Ezreal as well. No ultimate anymore available. Only has 1 more proc. Kai Dreams doesn't have any flash.
That was scary.
Has propped up the dominance as well, and that's gonna be big for this next team fight. They are starting the Baron already, and everyone from Kuya has to go there. There is a split push action being done here. The teleport is gonna be used there by Black Reaper to join the fight. 1,000 left. The Shockwave will get the Baron. Thank you for the leash, but this time they have to actually flee. They have to run away. But the movement speed here on the side of Emata Esports gonna allow them to at least closing the distance on 2 members, and has taken them down as well. They are mad. They want to push the minions, they want to push the base, but they're not going to be able to do just yet.
History repeat itself though. Kuya actually managed to, you know, buy time just a little bit by taking away the Baron from Emata Esports, and if not, potentially Emata Esports could even go for the end of the game, or maybe even take until the inhibitor turret. But I think that is a nice try. Engpax actually really made something, a really nice play from the death that he has incurred a while ago from the clash from the Elder fight. So I think that's a really good job. Now they just have to capitalize on this one. Lots of, you know, I can see that this game, even though the lead is on the hands of Emata Esports, lots of changes. I mean, miracle can still happen, it seems like, for the side of Kuya Doc.
Let's see if any miracle can actually happen indeed. Kuya Doc looking still strong here in this game, especially with Engpax being able to get that steal onto the Baron Nashor. And this time intentions, no excuses, wanting for the blue buff. It's not really stolen here just yet, or at least taken by intentions. Yeah. Great steal coming in here for no excuses. Still, we're just looking for establishment on priority here for the bottom side objective. Baron is still going to be very helpful here for Kuya Dog, at least in negating the push of Emata Esports. They recognize the strength here, especially from the double ADC. 5-6 items already. Guardian, or at least the GA, Guardian Angel, has been picked up already by Supremo. That's why we see so much confidence here on this ADC of Emata Esports.
That's so true, but no, I mean, we cannot deny the fact that seems like also, even though they've got the Baron from the side of Kuya Doc, they're still having a hard time in, you know, making that push. You can see even on the top side, they haven't even managed to push the first turret on that part of the map as of yet. And I think the moment that they've taken this down, or at least get a tower or 2 on the top side, maybe they will you know, get more like freedom in terms of making some good plays. But to no afford, because as you can see, Ezreal just clearing off the lane. But meantime, mid-side,
Shockwave not connect onto anyone. Drusha barrage as well, dealing the damage. Look at the movement speed coming in here from Emata Esports. They are definitely mad. And they have taken one member down already here on the side of Kuya Doc. They want to group up here for the Baron. 45 seconds still left there. Don't have anything to fight for just yet. Right now, with 25 minutes, look at the tower slowly burning down. It's gonna take a long while, but this game, basically the game is already telling us that this should end right here, right now.
Right, that is so true. But then, about another objective's about to come up. Baron will definitely help. I think the moment that Emata Esports secure this next Baron that is about to come up, they will have, they are able to potentially actually end the game. But now that's the question. The Kuya Doc needs to stop them from doing that. So, but meantime, objectives already up. In a few seconds from now, potential team fight could happen again.
Let's see who's gonna be able to get this, because it's gonna burn down, it's gonna melt down so fast here for Emata Esports. Again, a while ago, they were able to take this Elder Dragon and was able to fully utilize it into this fight. But because of the Baron buff being taken by Kuya Doc, they were able to stall out. But this time, it's about to be concluded. Oh! Steal! But no, it's just at the cost of its life, though. Can they actually still make this happen? Because the spin to win is doing the work. The burn is going to be there, but the damage coming in from the Ezreal is actually massive here onto this fight. Kai Dreams will get taken down. Doesn't have the GA anymore. The flash in is going to be there. Black Reaper trying to get access here towards the Ezreal, but will not find anyone. They have taken 1-4-2 in exchange, favoring Kuya Doc. Can they deny the win here for Emata Esports? They are marching onto the base. They have the teleporting coming as well, coming in from the Garen. They have the waving incoming as well, crashing onto the base. Desperation play comes here for Emata Esports. The G is going to be popped. Supreme as well, doing a really good job, but still is not enough. The tanky members here on the side of Kuya Doc is actually pressing the damage so much, and the Ezreal is going to be taken down. 8 seconds before intentions actually spawn up. It's only Supreme against the world. Crayford as well is going to be spawning up. They're waiting for the wave. They have a wave into the mid lane, crashing. They desperately want this. They want this win. Can they actually get a teleport? It's going to be coming here as well, but it's not going to be enough. They stayed for too long. They're taking their time, and Emata Esports denied the game end.
That was a very risky play. If I was just looking at the death counter timers in here and, you know, they're gonna go back alive. The safer route, obviously, was that potentially Kuya Doc have gotten the Baron, but they did not do that. Probably they also respect what Supremo can do as well as Ezreal can do in trying to steal that one. But we have a huge death timer in 20 plus seconds for 3 members on the side of Kuya Doc. It's all on the hands of Karlsu, but if he dies here, it's gonna be scary. Here we go.
They're wanting, they're craving, they have been starving for so long, and they're just marching into the base, but Intention is gonna be taken down still. Fine here for the Emata Esports. They have the Earth entrance and they have the power, but the power is so much better here for Karlsu with the Elder Dragon. Rocking up at least a GA here of Supreme. Can he still stay alive? He does. The movement speed is gonna be massive here. Impact splashing in, unable to get the command attack. The resonance as well, but the Call of the Force God chasing down Kai Dream still is going to be able to dodge it away. A wave though is crashing into the bottom lane, and they have to defend it right here, right now. Baron is available, and Kuya Doc can actually start this.
There is no intentions on the side of Team Emata Esports in here. Will this be a free Baron? This is going to be tough now for the side of Emata Esports. That's an easy secure. I mean, you know, you got the jungler. I mean, you got so much damage. 4 members, even though no excuses wasn't even there. You know, is an easy secure. Now this is looking scary for Emata Esports. What play can they do? Because we're talking about no inhibitor turrets already in the mid, in the bot, as well as the top is about to go down. It's already burning. What play can Emata Esports do in this game?
I mean, it's gonna be very tough. The only positive thing here on the side of Emata Esports is that Kuya Doc doesn't have the Elder Dragon, but they have the Baron. Damage being felt there by Intentions. He has to walk away. Doesn't have much HP. Call out the Force God though has been used already here by Sonder. They have the pushing advantage this time around. They have the wave crashing into the bottom lane, mid lane, and top lane as well. 2,500 left onto the Nexus turret. And it's everything on the line right now for Emata Esports. The match game is gonna be made here by Kuya Doc. They march into the Nexus straight into the championship. And they win as the champions as well in this tournament.
Congratulations! A very intense, action-packed, best-of-3 grand final match between these two amazing teams, Kuya Doc versus Emata Esports. Both compromised of actually, you know, former professional players as well. Very interesting. Now let's go back review what has happened. This is a real good KDA from Supremo, 7-0-15. But what has happened? Where did the comeback play actually really happen, Kiang?
I mean, it's actually through the Baron steal, to be honest, by Impact. That paved the way for them to stall out the game enough to be able to bounce back. Yes, they overstayed into the mid lane a while ago, and since they only had the Elder Dragon, they didn't have the Baron. And that actually was very risky. It wasn't the best move for them to actually overstay there. They got a little bit desperate and they got punished for it. But props to Sonder and the rest of the squad, especially Karsu as well, for being able to clutch the mid lane fight as well, because that allowed them to bounce back. And since Intentions was dead, Baron was available for free for Kuya Doc, and that allowed them to finally push mid lane, top lane, and bottom lane, and they did not need to engage onto Emata Esports anymore. They went straight into the Nexus with 5-6 items in their bank and in their inventory, and just ended the series already.
Whew, seemingly, Kuya Doc has a reputation of making comeback plays. They have been doing that all over, and I think who should have been also respected was the Zeri pick on it's becoming a trend on Kuya Doc's side, but at the same time, I
Oof.
think you mentioned it already. Oriana and Pax making a an amazing steal of the Baron, stopping Emata from actually ending the game. Yeah, we look at the graph. As you can see, majority of the part is just Emata Esports, and few blue sides we can see from on this graph.
The biggest part of this as well, yeah, it's mostly Imata Esports being the one ahead. But
Mm-hmm.
man, oh man, this is why we can never discount the doctors. I mean, big brain. We have, we need to have an answer. And there's someone, Ron DMD. I think he's a
Practitioner, yeah.
medical practitioner as well. Maybe
Maybe,
just
maybe,
maybe that's the
maybe.
confirmation that these are doctors, and they're
This
not just smart in
amazing.
the medical field. They're smart as well in Wild Rift.
Gamers,
Man, you,
competitive,
I
yeah.
thought you cannot have anything, but why do they
How
seem to have everything?
how are you guys doing this? You're geniuses. You're like Einstein. But going back, I mean, I did not. I mean, both are very competitive. 2-0 from last night, and then now, they proved that this is going to be an amazing grand final match. It's not. It didn't end up at the 2-0. So 1-1 is like a very risky best of one play all over again in game 3. So I think kudos. Either way, both are winners. It's just that there's a bigger prize pool or share of prize pool for the side of Kuya Doc and being titled as the grand champion of our community event. So who knows? I don't know. I mentioned already way before, right? Actually, last night I mentioned that Ryza GG, they are connecting sponsors to teams. They want to do that. So if you have a really good record and you get recognized, and this is we're talking about international potential sponsors, so just go ahead and just show off your skills, and maybe keep your IGNs and team names so that they know who you are. So amazing, amazing grand final match, Guiang. Any last words before we end the stream?
Well, for me, it's just I really appreciate this. Thank you so much, Kaisaya and to Rise CGs for making this tournament happen. Thank you for having me as well, and thank you so much to the community for making this such a wonderful and a memorable experience. Congratulations to Kuya Doc for becoming the champion seed of Kaisaya X Rise.GG tournament. And props to Emata Esports as well.
Yeah.
Props to all the 32 teams that was able to participate here in this tournament. We look forward for more, and definitely I'm gonna be loving the next one.
Yes, and watch the replay. It's gonna be uploaded on my Facebook page as well as YouTube channel. And huge shout outs again, of course, to the supporters. They're loving the stream. Aaron Martinez and Alternating Capacity Shop, who doesn't have a shop, he just said a while ago. Katie as well. Thank you so much. Ajon, 21 for the gifts. Everyone and everyone who helped me complete this tournament. Dexty, Kaizer, Pretty. Of course, Guiang in here, Ronzu as well, Jaya. You guys are amazing, and we look forward to having you again in the coming events. But for the meantime, we'll be closing. Head on to Rise.GG to find out more. But we'll see you guys in the next event. I'm Kaisaya. With me is Guiang. See you guys again. Bye.